Hello, good evening. It's Friday. It is just gone 7 o'clock, and this is Over and Over the Arsenal Women's Channel, and it is, of course, Euro 2025. This is a look back on week one, the opening week of the tournament. Of course, it's been a bit of a mixed week for the Lionesses, so we'll look at that. We'll look at how the groups are shaping up before the final group games coming up, of course, over the next few days, and see what we think the quarterfinal lineup is going to be. And of course, we can also look forward to the England last group game, of course, against Wales, which is on Sunday. So we're going to have a little look back. And joining us, of course, is going to be someone who's actually in Switzerland right now. So, wow, this is exciting, isn't it? So stay with us because it's going to be good. So, of course, it is, I say, live from Switzerland. It is, of course, Lord Andreas. How are you?
Yeah, good evening, Richard, and hello, everybody. I hope you can hear me. I'm in the hotel in Basel in Switzerland, and I'm in the middle of the Euros tournament, and so far I saw two very exciting games, and I'm looking forward to the other games. I'm watching Germany versus Sweden tomorrow, and England versus Wales on Sunday. So far, a great tournament, very good games, and yeah, excited to talk about it here in the show.
Yeah, I mean it's been a very good first week actually. It started to really get going in the last few days. I felt it may be slightly slow starting. The first opening a couple of games wasn't the most exciting, I suppose, but it's certainly grown the tournament as it's gone on. And you know, the last 4 or 5 days of games I think have been really really good. Um, what's I know obviously we saw the vlog of the Holland game, which was fantastic. I mean, what's the atmosphere been like in Switzerland in general around the tournament? Is everyone quite excited about it?
It's growing, and I think yesterday the match from the Swiss team and their qualifying for the next round is important for the tournament. Yeah, but if you walk through Basel or Zurich, you can see everywhere. Yeah, there are flags and advertising for the Euros, and yeah, all the shops have products, souvenirs, etc. So it's really Switzerland is living this tournament, and for them it's great to host a Euros. It's not a women's Euro that they are hosting. It's just a football Euro tournament, and you can feel that the Swiss people are proud to be the hosts of this tournament. And as I said, it's growing. It's growing every day, and the longer Switzerland stays in the tournament, the better for the atmosphere it will be. But so far, I think, yeah, you can say the cities are breathing, yeah, football, and everybody here is proud to be the host of such a tournament.
And that's good to see because, you know, we experienced the tournament in England obviously last time and how
Mm,
great it was and how everybody got behind it. And for those few weeks, it felt like being part of that tournament. You was in the center of the world. It was that good. And, you know, I was a bit worried that maybe, you know, Switzerland not being, you know, their domestic league isn't as strong and stuff like this.
mm,
And I was a bit worried that maybe hosting this tournament in Switzerland maybe wasn't necessarily the best venue, but as it's turned out, as you've said there, that's great to hear that they're getting behind it. And I like the fact that you said it's now that it's a Euros football tournament as opposed to a women's Euros. And going forward, I can see that's what's going to happen anyway. I think all the tournaments will be it's a World Cup or it's a Euros, and
mm.
it won't be necessarily yes. They're going to have to distinguish between it being a men's tournament and a women's tournament, I suppose. But I can see that being the future of football anyway. You know, it already is. It's now called like the main stadiums as opposed to the men's stadiums and stuff like that. And I think things are changing, and I think that's
Yeah.
important because it's putting women's football as a priority and as important. And okay, people will say it doesn't generate the money and all this, that, and the other, and that's all
Ah,
true, and I agree with that. But ultimately, the sport it's still football, and it just happens to be women playing it and men playing it, and it's fine. But let's try and, if we can try and level it out a little bit and try and get people that like men's football to appreciate women's football, and get it all to be more looked on in a similar way, then I think that's going to be the future. Maybe this is a start of that happening, perhaps in Switzerland, which is great. It's what we want to see, don't we? We want to see women's football taken a lot more seriously than maybe it has done previously. And I think that the last tournament in England was a step forward, and hopefully this one can continue that sort of forward momentum, really. And certainly the first week for me has been good. I've enjoyed it, actually. And it's been for me, it's been a bit of a fresh air, actually, watching women's games every night. It's been really, really good. And the football's been good. You don't see all the rolling around and all the negative stuff that you get watching a men's tournament. It's just been some great football, hasn't it? I mean, it's been a joy to watch this last week, hasn't it, really?
Yeah, and I think contrary to your expectations, it helps that Switzerland is such a small country and is not a successful football country. This helps to embrace the women's tournament here in the country, because they are proud to be the host of a European tournament. And what also helps is that you see a lot of people walking through the streets in football kits. Yeah, I was walking through Zurich and yesterday through Basel with my England kit, the day before with the German kit, and it helps. You see people with Dutch kits, with the Spanish kits, etc. Even if these teams are not playing in Basel or in Zurich, people, yeah, as I said, people live these Euros. They are proud. Even the Swiss are wearing their FC Basel shirts, for example. So they are proud to be the host for Europe. And here in the hotel, everybody seems to be here for the tournament. It's only football fans here in the hotel, and every evening they show in the breakfast room on a big screen both games. So and there are people sitting there and watching the games. So yeah, it helps that Switzerland is. I think they hosted a men's tournament years ago, but they are not a big football country, and so for them it's something special. And the weather is good. You look in the stadiums, there are 25,000, 30,000. It's smaller stadiums, so they are really filled and sold out when there are 30 or 35,000, and this creates a fantastic atmosphere. Uh, the fan walks. The Germans made a fan walk for 4 kilometers to the stadium with a few hundreds of people. The English didn't make the fan walk, but we had the Lionesses headquarter, and it's with long queues outside, and you could only enter the headquarter with one out, the next in. So yeah, it's special, and I'm absolutely happy to be here and not only watching it on TV. And to everybody, you, Richard, and everybody who watches us, if you have the time or holiday or so, just try to get a ticket and come to Switzerland for the knockout stage or for the final. I'll be back for the final, no matter who's playing there. Of course, I hope it will be the Lionesses, maybe against Spain. But anyway, even if it's Spain against France or teams I'm not supporting, I will be back for the final. It's something special. It's a Euros tournament.
Exactly, yeah, and I think that's it is great that I say that, like you said, the whole of Switzerland seem to be embracing it, which is that's what's needed, isn't it? And it's good. And yeah, maybe you're right. Maybe it being a smaller nation, maybe not a football mad country, to be able to host a tournament like this and embrace it in the way that they have is a massive positive, isn't it? And hopefully that can be the future elsewhere as well. But yeah, I mean, it is. I've been surprised at the football that we've seen, but it has been a breath of fresh air for me watching a lot of these games, especially in the last sort of 3 or 4 days, I think the games have started to get really exciting. They were really important games as well, deciding maybe teams could get knocked out or getting through and stuff like that. And it's just been really exciting to watch. And I say I've just enjoyed the fact that you're not seeing negative tactics and you're not seeing time
Mm.
wasting too much, all that kind
Yeah.
of stuff. It's just great football that we're seeing. And, you know, even the so-called lesser teams, if you like, have done well. They're not really winning games, but at least they're competing and they're doing pretty well. Most of them are anyway. I mean, obviously, we do need to talk about obviously the Lionesses. That's the main kind of focus that we've
Mm.
had, I suppose, over the last week or so. But it's been a bit of a mixed start. I mean, obviously, the France game wasn't the best way to kick off the tournament as hosts. I
Mm.
know it was a difficult game. France are a really good side, very physical. They played well on the night, but I just didn't feel that England had enough belief in that game. The Lionesses seemed to almost, once that goal was disallowed quite early on, like
Mm.
Leslie's goal, it's almost like all their belief just seemed to disappear. And they didn't, I got the feeling they didn't believe they could get anything from the game until the last 5 or 10 minutes when suddenly we made a few changes. Good on Serena. She did it a bit late, but she made the changes, changed the shape of the team. And in the end, we could have sneaked a draw, which would have been a fantastic result in the circumstances. But yeah, I mean, that wasn't a great England performance, though, was it, overall? We seem to be lacking in so many areas of the team that night. So many players were off form. And, you know, I must admit, after that game on Saturday, I was quite concerned about how long our tournament was going to last. I mean, what did you make of the French performance? Because it wasn't like I expected from England. I mean, yes, you can lose to France. They're a good team. But the way that we played was so disappointing, wasn't it?
Yeah, it's difficult to say or to analyze because I think we started so good in this game. The first 10 minutes, the Lionesses dominated the game and we scored the first goal. And I still think it was not offside. I saw a lot of pictures on social media and nobody can explain to me that this was offside. But anyway, uh, it would have been a different match if we were 1-0 up. But
Yeah.
after 10, 15 minutes, we gave away everything, the control, everything. And for the next 60, 65 minutes, France dominated the game. And to be fair, it was only 2-0 for France. It could have been 3-0, 4-0
Yeah.
after 75 minutes. And that's the disappointing from the first game. Not the offside goal or not that we didn't score in the first 10 minutes, but this time from maybe 10 minutes to 75 minutes in this game. We we lost everything, every control. Of course, in the last 10, 15 minutes, we came back into the game, and with the goal from Kira Walsh, suddenly everything was possible. And if you saw, I think it was 2, 3 minutes before the end, when the ball was rolling very slowly to the goal line, and unfortunately, a French player was standing on their line and could clear. But if this ball rolls slowly in, then it's 2-2, and everybody would have said, okay, we had 60 difficult minutes, but in the end, we deserved a draw. But maybe for the development of the tournament, it was good to lose the first game. And I read in the last World Cup for the men's, Argentina lost the first game against Saudi Arabia, and in the end, Argentina was crowned world champion. So maybe maybe we needed this as a wake up call, this first game, and then if you see how the reaction from the team was in the second game, yeah, it was good. But well, these 60, 65 minutes against France, I have no explanation what happened in this time. And for me, the substitutes came too late.
Yeah.
I would have brought uh, Clinton or Beaver Jones earlier. I think Kira Walsh was nearly invisible. Georgia Stanway had a very bad game, and Jess Carter was not good, to say positively. And yeah, we could have substituted 4 or 5 players, but bring the subs earlier to have an impact. If you see that nothing is going together. Anyway, it was the first game.
It was the first game. I mean, yeah, and you're right. Obviously, Argentina lost their first game in the last World Cup, and they still go on to win. It's happened before. Spain have done it, lost their first game, and still gone on and win. So it wasn't the end of the world. My concern was more the fact that we were playing Holland in the second game, and Holland
Mm.
are a good side, and it could easily have gone very, very differently. But as it turned out, we'll talk about that in a minute. But that performance was much better. But yeah, to start a tournament with the way that we played was the disappointing thing for me. And yeah, we lost our way in that game for a very long time. And yeah, ultimately against a team of France's quality, you can't afford to do that because that's what happened. You will lose. And although I say, yeah, you're right, the substitution should have happened 10 minutes earlier. And we could have got something from that game. In fact, you have to say, looking at what happened in the last 5 or 10 minutes, had the substitutions been made 10 minutes earlier, we almost certainly would have got something from the game, you feel, because we had the momentum then. We got the goal and we just ran out of time, really. And but you know, these are lessons maybe that we can pick up as we go through, and we certainly seem to learn a lot from that game, looking at how we played against Holland. And you know, now we've got ourselves back in a really, really strong position. I mean, that was what we had to do, didn't we? Because I mean, Holland, and Serena said it, and they have a very different side to France. They're a very good side, but they don't play the same kind of physical style. They're more of a footballing team, more like our style. And I think that we've generally got quite a good record against Holland in recent years. And also, as well, the fact that Serena knows Dutch football so well. She understands the players' mindsets. And I think that was so important as well. And I think that as that game got closer and closer, I was starting to feel more confident that we could get the result that we needed. I wasn't expecting that performance that we saw and the victory that we got in that manner, but I kind of felt quite confident that Serena, knowing the Dutch players so well and the mentality of them, I kind of thought we'd have a way to beat them. And as it turned out, of course, we did and beat them really, really well. And it could have been 6 or 7 goals we should have beaten by, realistically. The chances that we had, I mean, obviously another goal disallowed for Leslie. She's been so unlucky in that respect. And of course, several chances as well that we should have done better with. But, you know, to have beaten them 4-0, that almost reminds me a little bit of the start we made to the last Euros. When in the first game, although we beat Austria 1-0, we didn't play very well. We sort of scraped the victory. And then the second game, we obviously won 8-0 against Norway, and that really kicked us on. And, you know, although we only won 4-0 this time, it was just as an impressive a performance because Holland are a very good side. And to beat them 4-0 was way, way beyond. I mean, you said it in the vlog as well, you know, it's way beyond what we expected or hoped for. You know, we thought it was going to be a tight game and we might just shade it. But as it turned out, we absolutely dominated that game from start to finish. And that was a performance for me of a team that looked like a potential winners of the tournament. I'm not saying we're going to win it, but we look like a team that's capable of going on and win it, didn't we? On when was it? Was it Wednesday afternoon, wasn't it?
Wednesday, yes. Mm.
So did you feel that now? Obviously, that performance against Holland was so good that I think other teams are going to, some of the other favourites, Spain and Germany, and people are also going to look at that and say, actually, maybe this England side are to be, you know, worried about. That was that sort of performance for me, wasn't it? The way that we dominated that game from start to finish, the way we played, the intensity that we showed, the pressing that we showed, great football. Didn't we play some great football as well?
Yeah, it was one of our best performances since the last Euros or the World Cup. From the first second, we were so concentrated and in a positive way, aggressive in every duel. We dominated the Netherlands, and of course, as you said, it helped that Serena understands the Dutch mentality, and of course, the Dutch team has a style of playing, no matter who's the manager, and this is the advantage that Serena knows this, and of course, from her time as a Dutch manager, she also knows a few players who are still there, and I think the tactics Andries Jonker, the Dutch manager, chose was wrong. He wanted to press high and solve everything with by playing well and so. But we were more physical, we were more aggressive in a positive way, and yeah, we had the pressure that we must win this game, and the Dutch would have been satisfied with a draw. Of course, they wanted to win, but if they get 1 point out of this match, it would have been enough. So, and this was, yeah, maybe it was the wrong tactics from Jonker, and yeah, I was impressed how we started. The first 10 minutes we could have scored, and. Yeah, it was fully deserved to be in the lead. And after 40 minutes or so, I thought, oh, we play so well, we dominate them, and we have so many chances and scored only one goal. It's such a difficult result. But fortunately, then we made the second goal before halftime. Uh, anyway, then the first 10 minutes in the second half, I thought Holland was back in the game, and they tried to get the control, and well, we struggled a bit for about 10 minutes, but then we scored the third goal, and yeah, from this on we had every control again over the game, and it was only 4-0, but the performance was yeah, we could have scored 5 6 goals, and uh, Holland was never dangerous or never near scoring a goal. I don't think that Hannah Hampton had to make a crucial save or something like that. Yeah, everybody was concentrated, and uh, from every player from our team, you could say it was a good performance, a very good performance. Georgia Stanway was very good. I think Kira Walsh had one of her better games. Lauren James was outstanding, 2 goals. Lassie with 3 assists and the disallowed goals. You nearly can't do it better. And now after this game, uh, a lot of teams will say, well, it's France, it's Spain, and then it's England with a very good performance. I I can't see you, Richard. Is Richard gone? Can everybody see me? So I'm trying to continue. Um, yeah, with this performance, I think the Lionesses are back in the group of favorites for this tournament. Uh, so far, only Spain has impressed me really a lot. They're dominating their group. Of course, they have an easy group, but scoring 5 and 6 goals, Spain is still the top favorite. And France against us was very good. So, yeah, the German team, they had their problems against Denmark. We're very lucky to win this with a soft penalty and the second goal. So, uh, let's see. But I think we are back in the group of favorites with this game against Holland.
Yeah, no, I definitely think we are. And the tournament now, most teams have played the 2 games. A couple of them have obviously finished. Group A is finished already, but I think we're looking. That performance against Holland to me was probably the best team performance of the tournament so far. I think people look at Spain scored a lot of goals, but you look at the opposition, and you have to take that into account. And they did concede a couple of goals against Belgium as well. Whereas I think that performance for England against Holland was the team performance so far. And yes, it's still quite early days and it doesn't mean anything too much other than it's put us in a great position to qualify. We need to go again and do a similar performance against Wales and then see who we might face in the quarterfinals. But yeah, no, it was certainly what was needed. And I say to perform like that, I just thought was incredible. And yeah, confidence hopefully should be back now, and we can build on this and move forward. We should beat Wales on Sunday. I mean, we'll come on to that in a bit as well. But it was more about looking at how far we're likely to be able to go. And I thought the France game, I was worried we might not get out of the group. And after the Holland game, I'm suddenly thinking, well, we can go all the way. We could go all the way if we keep playing like that. Not many teams are going to be able to live with that. The way that we pressed, the way that we passed the ball, the movement that we had, the distribution from the goalkeeper, everything just was right on point in that game. So, yeah, it was a massive a way to bounce back from the first game, and yeah, suddenly things are looking a lot more rosy. And we said before, and I think it's right. I think Switzerland need to go as far in the tournament as they can to keep the local interest going, and I think England need to go as far as well to keep all our interest going as well. Because once England are out, you kind of lose a little bit of motivation for it. Or I mean, we'll watch it anyway, of course, but. So yeah, it was such a relief actually to get the win, but the way that we played was just wow. Ags with I said, hi Richard, Andreas. So fun to watch the Women's Euros. It has been, yeah. Let's hope Sweden win against Germany tomorrow. Well, I mean, that we'll talk about that in a minute actually, because that's going to decide who wins the group, and it obviously will affect who potentially we're going to play in the quarterfinals. So it's got quite a lot of importance from our perspective as well. Rendition says there. We slapped Nakasha and got Olivia Smith moving. Yeah, exactly. I mean, it is an Arsenal channel, and it is exciting news. Obviously, yesterday, Arsenal put in a world record bid for Olivia Smith, which Liverpool have accepted. So it looks likely. A player that we've mentioned on the channel loads last season, the player that we wanted Arsenal to sign, and it looks as though we're going to get that one over the line. We've already got Taylor Hines, of course, another player from Liverpool. Of course, did start her career at Arsenal, but she's back as well. We've got Chloe Kelly on a permanent deal, and now Olivia Smith looks like she's coming as well. So that's a good transfer window so far, isn't it? So we're happy with that. And that's what winning the Champions League does. Players, top players want to come and play for you, don't they? So look, long may that continue. Andy's well as well. She says, "Evening, quick hello, time to chill, and still 32. Is that a program? Is it?" I don't know. Anyway, good to see you, Angie. I hope you're doing well. So before we look ahead to the Wales game, I just really want to look at how the kind of quarterfinals is shaping up after two group games for most of the teams now. I mean, obviously Norway and Switzerland are already through. They completed their job last night, and as it turns out, Norway are going to play either Italy or Portugal, who obviously meet tonight, don't they? They're playing tonight that game. While Switzerland are going to play Spain in the quarterfinals, which is a tough one for Switzerland, obviously. But who knows? They're the host; they've got a bit of an advantage. Maybe they can pull it off and cause a shock. Spain did lose to the host in the quarterfinals, of course, in the last Euro. So maybe history can repeat itself in that respect. So those two, I mean, Italy or Portugal, for me, much of a muchness, really, aren't they? They're quite similar. So whichever of those two go through, I would maybe fancy Norway to beat them. Hang on, have we lost ourselves again? Hang on, what's happening? I think my internet's gone a bit funny again. Don't know what's going on. Am I here or not? Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. I can hear you. I can see you.
No, can you hear me? Am I still working? I don't know.
Yeah.
Oh, right.
Yes.
Yeah. So I think, I think Norway are probably going to. Oh, right. Okay. I've just seem to be having a few. My computer seems to be playing up at the minute. I'm not quite sure what's.
Oh, now I've lost you, Richard. Now you're gone. I hope that Richard will be back soon. He spoke about the upcoming quarterfinals, and yes, Norway are probably facing Italy, and I think Norway was really lucky with the draw in an easy group. So far, Norway didn't play well, but they won their games 2-1, 2-1, 4-3. It's not the best team performance. They have a lot of quality players in their squad, but for me, they are not performing well as a team. But of course, they are favorites against Italy, or might be Portugal, but I think it will be Italy. And a really fortunate draw for the Norway team. Our Richard is back.
Yeah, I'm the one with the internet problems. We thought it might have been Andreas with the internet problems. It's actually my internet, which hasn't been great for a while, actually. I need to get that looked at. Yeah, I'd say I don't think there's a lot to choose between Italy and Portugal. I think they're quite similar. Different, they play different style of football, but they're quite similar in terms of capabilities in the tournament. So either those two go through. I fancy Norway, the way Norway have been playing, to probably beat them. And Norway could well go through. And of course, we'd all expect Spain to beat Switzerland, although we hope that they won't, but they seem as though they probably will. So that would be the top kind of half of the draw, really, wouldn't it? Probably Norway and Spain going through. Would you think that's probably about right?
Yeah, I think so. I think Norway is favored against Italy, and yeah, how should Switzerland beat Spain? I don't see this. But anyway, they are the hosts, and maybe there will be 80% of the supporters in the stadium will support Switzerland. So yeah, if they have a good start in the game, maybe they can surprise everybody. But yeah, over 90 minutes, the Spanish team is a lot better than Switzerland, and I think we will see Spain in not only in semifinals but also in the final.
Potentially, yes. I mean, obviously they're still the favourites. I would
Mm.
imagine, even despite England's good performance. But you never know. Knockout football, anything can happen, and we'll be hoping and praying Switzerland can produce a shock, really, and that would be a massive boost, wouldn't it, for everybody else left in it, really? And so I thought that the top half of the draw looks like it's fairly sorted out. I think it doesn't look as though there'll be too many shocks there, but obviously the bottom half of that quarter-final draw is where all the fun and games is going to be, because obviously Sweden and Germany are through. It's just who's going to top the group and who's going to
Yeah.
come second. And then, of course, in our group, it looks as though we probably are going to come second, because I can't see Holland beating France of what
No.
we've seen so far. You never know, but I would imagine France are going to get at least a draw they need in that game. So we're probably going to be finishing second, which means we're going to play the winners of Group C, which is going to be Sweden or Germany. We're obviously Sweden at the moment are top, but they do play Germany tomorrow. What a big game that's going to be. I mean, I suppose we would all rather play Sweden, wouldn't we, in the quarterfinals, really, given the choice?
Yeah, I would prefer to play against Sweden, and the Swedish team only needs a draw against Germany. But
Yeah.
in such games, you can't play for a draw. Both will try to win the game. And what I saw so far, uh, the German defense doesn't look very stable. Uh, they made a lot of mistakes. They have their problems with long balls over the defensive chain, and yeah, they have pace problems. And when you see the Swedish attacking line with maybe Fridolina Rolfö might be back, and then Rytting Kaneryd and our Stina, who is always good for a goal. So yeah, it's a very open game tomorrow, and I was in the stadium for Germany against Denmark, and I said it when you were away with the internet problems. The German team was lucky to beat Denmark. It was a soft penalty, and the second goal, yeah, it was yeah, like slapstick when the Danish player was hit with the ball in the head, and this was just like the assist for Lea Schuller, but the referee should have stopped the game after this head injury. So Germany was lucky to win, and it's not sure that they will beat Sweden, but I think for us, for England, it would be better to play against Sweden. Their style of playing is fits better to our style of playing, and we know how tough the games England versus Germany were. So I would prefer to play against Sweden. Richard, can you hear me?
Yeah, I mean, we've got a
No.
great record, haven't we? Again, uh,
Oh, Richard's gone again. He seems to have internet problems. So I think my Wi-Fi is more stable than his at the moment, although I'm in a hotel. Yeah, I think he wanted to say that we have a great record against Sweden in the last games, and yes, we have beaten them 3 years ago in the semifinals, and I think in the Nations League we won when it was needed against Sweden. So I would prefer to play against Sweden, but let's see what comes out. And yeah, in our group to qualify, we first have to beat Wales. So don't underestimate Wales. They will give their everything in the game, and we saw that France had their problems for at least for the first half against Wales. It won't be that easy, but normally we should beat Wales, and then we are through. And what I saw from Netherlands against us, I can't think that Netherlands will beat France. At least France will take 1 point, and that will be enough to win the group. So probably uh, France will face the second from the Germany-Sweden group. Yeah, my preferred quarterfinals would be England against Sweden and France against Germany, and then let's see who goes through. We would have a good chance to beat Sweden, and then if I'm right, we would have the chance to avoid Spain. If we beat Sweden, we could face Norway. If I'm right, then yeah, this would open the tournament for us. But first, let's do our homework and beat Wales to qualify, and then let's see. And now I'm waiting for Richard to come back. Hopefully, he will be back. Yeah, what can I say? If Richard's not here, yeah. He mentioned the rumors about Olivia Smith. Yeah, I would be very happy if this deal goes through. And today I listened to Tim Stillman and his Arscast. And yeah, normally I believe that Tim has very good insider information, and he sounded as if the deal is going through within the next days. He said next week there will be the medical, and if there are no problems, then Olivia Smith should sign for us. Uh, is she worth is she worth 1 million pounds? I think it's a bet for the future, and a bet on her abilities and how she can develop. Uh, she's a very talented, very gifted player. We saw it in especially in the FA Cup at Meadow Park when we lost to Liverpool. She was fantastic, and over the whole season she had a lot of impact for Liverpool. And yeah, we yeah we made this deal similar to the Daphne van Domsela deal. A very talented player coming to the WSL, to a mid-table team, and yeah, adapting to the WSL and proving that she that she can do it, that she's able to have an impact in this league and develop in a mid-table team. And then we signed her, and yeah, waiting one more season, I think she would have gone to Chelsea. Chelsea would have thrown a lot more money on Liverpool and offered a lot of more money to Olivia Smith, and probably in the winter they would in next winter they would have done the deal. So uh, I think it was the right time for us to do this, and yeah, and to show how serious we are doing business in this window. Chloe Kelly, Taylor Hines, now Olivia Smith, hopefully. Uh, and for the player, who doesn't want to come to the current champions of Europe and play for the Champions League winners? So understandable. And everybody who says, uh, what do you want with four wingers of this quality? Yes, but we are playing WSL, FA Cup, League Cup, Champions League, and then this World Cup in January. So it's five competitions plus the Nations League for all the internationals. And don't forget that in, I think, late January, February, there is the Asia Cup, and we will lose all our Australian players, including Caitlin Ford, one of our important wingers. So if Caitlin is away, we need squad depth. And last time when there was the Asian Cup, we suffered a lot when Caitlin was away. So it's important to have the squad depth. Now we have Chloe, Beth, Caitlin, and hopefully Olivia as wingers. We need it, and and furthermore, uh, this gives the manager the chance to rotate, and it gives Olivia Smith the chance to grow into our team if she doesn't have to play every game. So welcome back, Richard. I tried to talk a lot, but now it's up to you, I hope.
Yeah, I'm having a few problems with. I don't know if it's my internet or my laptops. There's a few issues going on here. I don't know what it is, but anyway, hopefully it won't disrupt things again. Um, yeah, I mean, obviously talking about Olivia Smith there, which I'm really excited about. Actually, if we can get that signing completed, which it looks as though we will. I mean, you just mentioned there whether or not she's worth the money, but players are worth what it takes to buy them, aren't they? I suppose, and this is going to be the sign for the future in the women's game, isn't it? We're going to start seeing
Yeah.
bigger transfer fees in the same way that the men's game went through the same, didn't it? Years and years ago when we got the first £1 million transfer, and now of course it's happened in the women's game, and it's going to escalate from here, I would imagine. But we would have broke the record for Leslie.
Yeah. Oh, he's gone again. I think what he wanted to say is we made the record bid for Alessia Russo and later for Mary Earps, and yeah, we saved the money, and now we will spend it. So yeah, it's a sign how serious Arsenal is doing business, and it's important for the Champions League winners. It's important to make serious business on the transfer market and to show that our ambition and our aim is to stay on top. And of course, to win the WSL title. This is the trophy we need. And Chelsea has now won it 6 times in a row. It's enough. We want to compete with Chelsea for the title. We want to bring the WSL trophy back to North London. So it's important to do good business, to have a good transfer window. And it's the first transfer window from the first real transfer window from Renee as a manager. So yeah, she's now building the squad and the team after what she wants, and we will see how the squad develops in the way Renee wants it, and then let's see. Everything is hopefully possible in the new season, but it will be, as I said, with 5 competitions, it will be a difficult season. We need a big squad, and therefore, yeah, we're building this squad. And yeah, as Richard said, uh, the yeah, the million dollar deals will continue, and it's just the beginning. We saw it in January when Chelsea made this £800,000 deal with Naomi Girma, and then signed Kira Walsh. Yeah, it's not the end, it's just the beginning. And the next question you can ask is any player worth £1 million? Well, maybe not, but that's business. Look at the men's game. They are selling 50, 70, 80 million for average players. And of course, you can't stop this development. This will go on and on in women's football too. And yeah, we can't wait and say, no, we don't want to spend £1 million on a player, especially on a 20-year young player. If we don't do it, then others will do it, and in 1 or 2 years, we will say, "Oh, we should have done better in the last transfer windows." I'm I'm convinced it's the right time to do this business, and so far I'm proud that Arsenal is doing serious business in this transfer window. And yeah, I hope that Richard won't disappear again. I'm talking so much today.
I know. Thank you for filling in. It's just I don't know what's going on. I think my laptop needs to be thrown in the bin if I'm totally honest. But anyway, I'm back for the time being. It probably won't last very long. I don't know what's happening. But anyway, yeah. I mean, I'm quite excited about that signing. Let's look forward to next season as once the Euros is out of the way and all that kind of stuff. I'm sure it's going to be good. Right, so we're kind of hoping that Sweden at least get that draw tomorrow in the game that you're at. So Sweden win the group because we are probably going to come second, and then of course, like you said, it would open it up for us because we'd play Sweden and then potentially Norway in the semi-final, or Italy, whoever manages to sneak through that one. So you'd fancy our chances there, wouldn't you? To be honest, so it could actually work in our favour. Coming second in the group might actually, if assuming Sweden get that result that they need. Otherwise, we'll be facing Germany in the quarterfinal, which would be a lot tougher, wouldn't it? But you're right what you said. We need to beat Wales first. Let's not take them for granted. They've had some good spells in both games. They sort of kept Holland at bay for most of the first half before conceding. And against France, they got it back to 1-1 until just before half time as well. So, they've had their moments. They won't be a pushover. They're going to be well up for it because it's a game against England. But we've got the quality in every area. We're a much better team than they are. We should win the game. And now we don't even need to win necessarily by a lot of goals, do we? Thanks to the Holland game. The goal difference is in our favour massively. And a win there. What would your score prediction be then for the Wales game? We're going to win, aren't we? Let's be honest.
Yeah, we have to win, and the other side is to say it very brutal. If we don't beat Wales, we don't deserve to be in the knockout stage. So we have to beat them, and we will. As far as I know, Serena, there will be no big rotation in the team. But in the end, we will get the result, and I'm optimistic we'll win 3-0. Let's see.
Yeah, I mean, having watched us against Holland, I'll be maybe thinking we should maybe win 5-0 maybe against Wales. But each game's different, isn't it? At the end of the day, we only need to win the game. And it doesn't matter if we win 1-0 or we win 8-0. We just need to get the 3 points. That'll be enough to put us through. And obviously, before then, we'll know who we'll be playing. Because, of course, you're at that game tomorrow, aren't you? What a game that's going to be as well. Sweden against Germany. That could be, one of the games of the group stage. So far, we've had the 2 England games have been really big games. But this one tomorrow that you'll be at has got the potential to be a really, really good game, hasn't it? Against 2 decent teams that, are both trying to win that group.
Yeah, and when you were away, I just said Germany was lucky to win both their games, especially against Denmark and the Swedish team. There is so much quality in the squad. When I look at the attacking line with Rolfe, Blackstenius, Rütting Kanerud, they have quality in every position. So it will be a first really big challenge for the German team, and both will give their everything because both will try to win the group because the winner of this group, if they go through to the semifinals, then they could avoid Spain. So it's worth playing for winning the group, and it's totally open. I think from a Swedish win, a draw, a German win, it's everything possible. And for England, it would be better to face Sweden, as we have a better record against the Swedish team, and I think their style of playing fits better to our style of playing. So against Germany, it would be tougher, I think.
Yeah, it would definitely be tougher. I mean, but you're right. Sweden have got some quality players. Absolutely, they're a really good side, Sweden, and they generally do well in tournaments. They generally reach quarterfinals, semi-finals regularly, don't they? So, they're always a difficult team. Obviously, in the last Euros, we did beat them in the semi-final. That was a Holland-like performance, wasn't it? That night, we turned up and beat a really good side 4-0, and that was fantastic. I wouldn't expect us to beat them 4-0 again if it is Sweden that we play, but let's see how it plays out, because Germany could easily beat Sweden tomorrow and win the group, and it could well be us facing Germany in that in that quarter final. But at the end of the day, whoever you get in a quarter final it's going to be a tough game because it's the last 8 of a tournament, and it's going to be a good team one way or the other. So we just need to make sure that we're there. We should be there. So let's get that done, and then we can see how that group works out tomorrow, and hopefully we can get the result. Whoever we have to play in that quarter final, and keep going in the tournament, because I think it's important that England do well again, and I thought the other night has certainly given me confidence that we can certainly go all the way to the final. I really think we can, and but it's going to be tough. There is some great teams still in it, and let's see what happens tomorrow night between Germany and Sweden. That'll be a good atmosphere there, won't it? Because the Swedish fans are quite loud anyway, and obviously the German fans are always there in numbers as well. I mean, obviously it's just next door, isn't it? Switzerland anyway. So they've not got far to go. This is like a local rivalry country, I suppose. So, but that is going to be a really good game, I think. But I'm looking forward to that actually.
Yeah, it will be interesting and tough game. And as you said, the advantage for the German supporters is it's not too far to travel. So there will be a lot of Germans tomorrow in Zurich. I will travel tomorrow morning to Zurich and then go to the fan zone and do the fan walk with my Munich friends together. Yeah, the stadium Letzigrund in Zurich is 25,000 capacity about, and it's athletics stadium with athletics rounds around it, and yeah, it will be a fantastic atmosphere. We know that Swedish fans are always loud and cheering, so yeah, looking forward to the game, and let's see what happens, and yeah, don't look too much to other groups or whom we can play next or in the semifinal. Just do your homework. And for the German team, it's tomorrow against Sweden, and for the Lionesses, it's on Sunday in St. Gallen against Wales. I'll be there. Travel to St. Gallen on Sunday morning, and yeah, let's beat Wales and then see what happens.
Exactly. Yeah. Let's make sure we're through. That's the main thing, isn't it? And then we can worry about who we might be playing once we've got through first. I don't like to. We should beat Wales. We know that we should beat Wales, but I don't like taking things for granted because shocks happen in football. It happens. We've seen it so many times, and we don't want to be on the wrong end of a shock, do we? On Sunday, we want to make sure that we get that result that we need, and we go through. And I mean, it could work out. Even a loss to Wales could still send us through if France do beat Netherlands, I suppose. But we don't want to rely on that, do we? We want to get our 3 points, and then that'll be great. So yeah, it's going to be an interesting weekend, and it's going to obviously the group stage is going to be finished on Sunday night, and we'll get a day or two off in the tournament before we get around to that knockout stage next week, which is going to be really exciting. There's going to be some really, really big games there. We've got a Roland in chat. He says, "What do you guys think of Arsenal signing Olivia Smith? Does that mean Astina is gone or Caitlin Ford?" Actually, we have talked about Olivia Smith already. We're quite happy that she's joining. Does it mean anyone's going to leave? That's interesting because if we're a serious club, we've just won the Champions League. We need to have a squad. We need to improve our squad, and you don't improve your squad by buying a player and then selling a player in a similar position. That you're not improving it, really, are you? Yes, okay, you might get a slightly better player, but to improve the depth of your squad, do we have to get rid of either of them? Do we have to afford Olivia Smith? I don't know. I mean, I'm hoping not. I mean, Andreas, we don't want to lose anybody, do we? Because we want to be stronger next season.
Yeah, I said we are playing in 5 competitions, as there is in January this club World Cup in a small version, and we will lose Caitlin Ford for the Asia Cup end of January for maybe 4 weeks. So we need the squad depth, and I don't think we will sell Caitlin. No, it gives us more squad depth, and it gives Olivia Smith the chance to grow slowly into the team. So if it means that one player is going, then it may be Michelle Adjimang that she's going on loan again. But I don't know. We need a very good squad and squad depth for all the competitions, and we don't want to compete in one or two of the competitions. We want to win everything, and especially we want to win the WSL. We want this trophy back from Chelsea. It's enough 6 times Chelsea. No, no, not again. And therefore, don't let quality players go, but let's have a really deep squad depth, and yeah, that's necessary.
Absolutely, yeah. I'll say you don't improve by getting rid of some of your better players. Caitlin Ford had a great season, and
Yeah.
Stina, we know how important she is. Obviously, got the winning goal in the final, and she pops up with big goals. We've seen her performances for Sweden in the Euros. I think she's been brilliant in both their games so far. Got a great goal the other night. She played well, I thought, in the first game as well. So, she's a top player. And yeah, we don't really want to lose any. Yes, at the end of the day, we can't keep buying and bringing players in, and having a squad of 50 players. That's not how it works. You do have to kind of shuffle it around a little bit. But I think there's players maybe on the fringes that aren't playing very much. They'll be the players to move on. The ones that are in the squad every week, playing well, they're the ones that you keep and you grow. But, Livia Smith hasn't signed yet. It's not been official. The bid's been made, and apparently it's been accepted by Liverpool. So as long as personal terms and stuff can be agreed and all this, that, and the other, it looks as though it will happen. But yeah, let's not quite get too carried away with it yet until it's signed and sealed and she's there having an interview in the Arsenal shirt saying welcome to Arsenal and stuff. Let's just be a little bit cautious with it. But yeah, it looks as though it probably will be happening in the next week or so, which is great news. Roland says, brilliant. I hope you guys are right. But don't you think Beth Mead's time's up? See, Beth Mead is one that I would say, yes, if we were looking at maybe moving somebody on in the front line, if we are bringing Olivia Smith in, Beth Mead would probably be the one you would say ahead of. I would look more to get rid of Beth ahead of getting rid of Caitlin or Stina, only because she's not quite at the level that she was at before her injury. And will she ever get back to that level now? I don't know. She would maybe. I don't really want Beth to go, but if we had to get rid of one attacking player, she would probably be the one I would look to and say, if we've got to get rid of one of them, maybe she would be the better bet looking long term. I don't know. I mean, Andreas, we wouldn't want to lose Beth, really, would we?
No, and I think she will stay one more year. And as I said, if Michelle doesn't have the breakthrough during the Euros, that she scores decisive goals in the semi-final or final, then we will send Michelle on loan again, I think. And Beth and Stina will stay one more season, and then maybe one or two of them will leave. But so far, I think we will keep Beth.
Yeah, I don't know. It's a tough one with Beth because you don't know personal circumstances and stuff like that now, with obviously with a Viv situation and stuff like that. And she's not a regular starter in the team now that she used to be because of the competition. Now Chloe Kelly's just signed. They both play a very similar kind of role. You can see for England it's the similar thing. It's usually one or the other. For Arsenal it's generally been one or the other. I think Chloe Kelly's in better form than Beth's been in, and that I can see Beth playing less and less minutes next season. Does she want that or not? That's another question, isn't it? But I don't want anyone to leave. Certainly not one of the main first team regular players that's in the squad every week, as Beth is. But sometimes it has to happen, doesn't it? So you can't keep stockpiling players and just having them all sitting there and not being able to play. So let's see how the transfer window goes. I'm sure there will be other players leaving. Obviously, we've lost Lena Hertig, and obviously Amanda's gone as well, and there was a couple of others left, didn't they? Taya Goldie and people like that. So, we have made some space in the squad already for new players. So, but let's see what happens. I'm hoping we can keep this squad together, build on it. And as you say, let's end Chelsea's dominance of the WSL, because that's got to be the aim. Yes, winning the Champions League is fantastic, and winning it again would be incredible. I don't think we're necessarily ready to win it 2 years in a row. I think we took our chance on it last year, paid off. This year's for me, is about winning a WSL. Exactly, that's what it is. And let's go out and do it. And we've certainly got the capabilities of them. And let's see. But of course, before all of that, so we've still got a lot of Euros 2025 to look forward to, of course. Andreas has got a couple more great games to watch as well over in Switzerland, over the next few days as well, which is going to be great. And let's hope that you get to see a few more goals, because you've had a few goals so far in the games you've been to, haven't you? So you haven't done too bad for it, really, have you?
Yeah, I think I choose very good games, and yeah, good host cities with Basel and Zurich, and good atmosphere. Yeah, looking forward to the atmosphere tomorrow in Zurich, but then also in St. Gallen we will have another Lionesses headquarter, and this is really a fantastic idea to concentrate everything for the Lionesses supporters. I'm looking forward to this on Sunday. They also add a match, not only a match day, but a program with I think 48 or 50 pages information about every host city, about every team. It's just fantastic what the FA and the FSA, they called Football Supporters Association, what they're doing for this tournament. And yeah, looking forward to everything. And then on Monday I'll be back home, and as I said, be back here in Switzerland for the final.
And let's hope it's England in it. That would be great, wouldn't it? Two in a row would be fantastic, wouldn't it? But a lot of football to be played between now and then, of course, coming up over the next week or so. Obviously, we'll be here on Sunday for the Wales game. Looking forward to that. It should be a good game. Obviously, England hopefully get a good win, and that'll be good. And then, of course, I'm sure we'll all look forward to Andreas's vlog as well from the Wales game, because that is fantastic. I thought the atmosphere at that Holland game looked really, really good, actually. It really did look good, didn't it? I mean, the Dutch fans are quite loud anyway, and they're very colourful, no doubt. We saw a couple of Holland games in the last Euros, and they're wearing the orange and they're singing and the dancing that they do is fantastic, and that always adds to the atmosphere, doesn't it? And obviously the England fans are always loud, and it did look a really good. Was you actually in the England section in that game?
Yes, I bought the ticket via this England. I don't know. The FA was selling a special England contingent, and I bought my tickets there. Yes.
Oh. And you've got tickets in the England section for the Wales game as well?
Yes.
Oh,
and for
good
the
stuff.
final, I got the ticket from an Arsenal supporter, so I think she has the ticket. From this contingent from the FA. So if we reach the final, I hope to be in the English section again. And it was funny at the Linus headquarter. I met supporters from Arsenal, whom I see every week at our home games. That's funny.
Wow.
And now you meet each other in Switzerland. was great to see.
No, well, that's what it's all about, isn't it? I mean, Arsenal,
Yes.
obviously, Arsenal have got the biggest sort of following of fans anyway. So I guess it's obvious that we're going to have a load of following the Lionesses over the summer as well, which is great. Well, yeah, I see Arsenal's everywhere. You see that, because we're the biggest club in women's football, aren't we? So it's obvious that we're going to have fans all over the world following the Lionesses as well, which is great. And hopefully, we'll all be following the Lionesses for a little bit longer yet. Another week, 2 weeks till the final, isn't it? Because the final's a week on Sunday, isn't it? So let's hope that we're still getting behind England all the way through to the final. It'd be good, won't it? So this is sort of like week one and a bit, I suppose, from the Euros, really, because obviously we've had the first group's already decided. Group B is going to be decided tonight, which is the games have just kicked off. Roland says Belgium 1-up on Portugal. Oh wow! Because of course Portugal would need to win that game to have any chance of going through. Even a draw's not enough for them. They have to win Portugal. So, and Belgium are already out, so they've got nothing to play for. So that'd be a strange one if Belgium were to win. Of course, Italy would need a draw if Portugal do win against Spain, and then obviously if Italy lose and Portugal win, then there's a chance Portugal can go through in second place. So that would be, I say, it could be quite an exciting evening towards the end of that game if results are, quite close either way. If Italy are losing and Portugal are winning, it could be quite tense last 10 minutes or so. So we'll go and watch these games because I'm sure they're going to be exciting as well. And of course, we'll be back on Sunday evening for the Battle of Britain game, of course, against Wales. It's always nice, isn't it? Last time in the Euros, we played Northern Ireland.
Yep.
This time we're playing Wales. Maybe next time we'll play Scotland if they ever make it through to a tournament, which doesn't seem very likely, but maybe one day they will, and we'll play Scotland in the next one. But yeah, it's all exciting stuff. It's been a great tournament so far. And of course, most tournaments don't really get going, do they, till the knockout stage when you get extra time and penalties and all that kind of stuff goes on. It makes it more exciting, doesn't it? So yeah, it's been great already, but the real fun and games is going to start next week, isn't it? When we get into those quarterfinals, hopefully it might well be England against Sweden, which would be really good. So yeah, it's an enjoyable tournament. We're enjoying it. We're looking forward to what's coming up. And we'll probably be we'll have to, if England are still in it, we'll have to be back next week and look ahead to possibly the final, which hopefully will involve England, but we'll see. So yeah, it's been great. Obviously, it's been a pleasure, Andreas, to catch up with you over there in Switzerland. Is it really warm over there in Switzerland? Is it?
Yeah. Today it was about 30 degrees and walking through the streets only in shorts and t-shirt. Yeah, it's very, very warm here.
Lovely. I mean, we've had lovely weather here as well, actually, this week. So we're due to get a really warm weekend as well. So it's obviously all over Europe at the minute, nice weather, which is great. People worry sometimes like, oh, it's too hot. What's happening to the world? But actually, I think everything looks better. Everybody feels better, don't they, when the sun's out? It's nice weather. Like you said, you can go out in shorts and a t-shirt. It's lovely. So yeah, we're looking forward to another lovely weekend of nice weather here, nice weather in Switzerland. It's all good. Some nice football to watch. We watched the tennis earlier as well. So lots going on, lots of sport through the summer as well, which is fantastic. And of course, coming up in a couple of months or so, we'll have the new WSL season. Wow, that is going to be something to really look forward to, isn't it? Arsenal, of course, defending the Champions League as well. Who would have thought that? Wow, incredible. So yeah, lots to get excited about, lots to look forward to. And in the meantime, of course, we'll be back on Sunday. Well, Andreas, have you obviously you're enjoying yourself over there in Switzerland, I'm assuming. You've been sightseeing as well, have you?
Sorry, I couldn't understand you.
Have you been sightseeing as well over there?
Yeah. I had 2 free days now without football here in Basel, and I visited the Basel Minster and everything. The River Rhine is very beautiful, beautiful sights from above for the bridges. Yeah, I took the time to see a lot, and looking forward to the games on the weekend. And I enjoyed to be part of the show and try to catch atmosphere for the next vlog on Sunday. Thanks everybody for watching the vlogs, and
yeah, if you haven't watched the Holland one yet, do check that out because it is great stuff as always. And yeah, it's good to give everyone an opportunity to sample some of the atmosphere. It's going to be a good atmosphere on Sunday. Obviously, England against Wales is going to be quite a good atmosphere, I would imagine, because the Welsh fans are really loud as well, as we've seen in their games. So that's going to be quite good as well, isn't it? So I'm sure there'll be a great atmosphere there. Roland says there, Rich, I'm curious to know your views on the anonymous weight signing for Arsenal men. Are you looking like the rest of the to be honest with you, I mean, I'm not too sure about that one. It seems like to me, I look at Chelsea at the minute and they're building a team to compete, aren't they? You know, they won a European trophy last season. They're in the Champions League this season. I think they're building a team, and if he's not good enough to be part of their squad that they're building to challenge for things, why would he be good enough to be in our team to make us challenge for things? I don't know. We need a player in that position, and he looks like he's got potential. He's still quite young, and he's got Premier League experience. He's English. All these things tick the right box in that way. But I'm just worried that if he's not good enough to be in part of Chelsea's squad, who are supposed to be behind us because they finished below us last season, how is he suddenly going to elevate us a level that we need? I know we need to build our squad, but I don't know. What do you make of that one, Andreas? It's a bit of a strange signing, isn't it? If Arsenal do get that deal done.
Yes, the yeah, the problem is we bought a lot of Chelsea players in the last years, and most of them didn't fit in quite well. But he's a very young and talented player, and yeah, Chelsea's problem is they have a too big squad, and they are signing player after player, so they must get rid of some talented players, and maybe it's a mistake they are doing with Madueke, and he will fit in our team. Let's see. It seems as our men's team is doing good business in this transfer window, and yeah, it's we want to compete for the title with the women's team, but for the men's team, I'd say 3 times in a row runners up is enough to. I don't want to be uh, to see it for the fourth time in a row. So yeah, let's hope yeah, all the signings we do will fit in well, and we will compete for the title for both teams, men and women.
Yeah, I mean that's what we all want to see. I mean, so far we've done some good business. You're right. Maybe not quite in the positions that we've been desperate for. Obviously, we still need that striker in.
Mhm.
I mean, Madueke would be adding to the kind of wide positions, which again we need strengthening as well. I can see the sense in signing a player who plays in that position. You know, a young player as well. I can see the sense in it. I'm just yeah. Chelsea need to get rid of players, but would they sell a player that they think is going to improve us? To us, would they want to do that? Because I wouldn't. We wouldn't sell, for example, Martinelli to Liverpool, would we? You know, to possibly strengthen their squad. If we had to get rid of him because we bought too many players, we wouldn't sell. We wouldn't let him go to Liverpool, for example. So I find it strange that Chelsea would let a player come to Arsenal that they feel is going to improve us. You know, people could argue Kai Havertz. Has he improved us? He's certainly done a good job for the team when he's played. But yeah, it's an interesting one, that one. I want to see how that plays out. Obviously, he hasn't been confirmed yet. I know there's a lot of talk that it's pretty much done. But let's wait and see what happens. I mean, if he joins, we'll support him, and hopefully he can do a good job for us. But it's a signing that I'm a bit unsure about at the moment. Is that should we not have looked for someone maybe better quality than him, a ready-made player who can come in and a winner who's maybe won the top trophies previously and stuff. I don't know, but let's see how that works out. That's all I can say. And as Andreas says, we've signed a lot of players from Chelsea recently that haven't really worked out. So the odds don't look great today for poor Noni. But who knows? He's a talented player. There's no doubt, and if he can fit in with what we're doing, he could prove to be a great signing, couldn't he? So let's haven't gone again, have we? We've gone again. I thought we got through it all, but we haven't. Oh, are we back? Are we back? Are we back? Or have we froze?
Yes, I can hear you again.
Froze again.
Maybe you should end the show right now, as your problems with the internet are returning.
What?
Oh, Richard is gone again. So I think we should end the show now. We said everything that's important and that's necessary. Richard is back on Sunday with his watch along, and I will try to record a vlog with the atmosphere for you and hope you will enjoy this. Yeah, let's look forward to the game on Sunday, and yeah, let's beat Wales and qualify for the quarterfinals, and then let's see whom we are facing there. Thanks for watching, and yeah, let's let's hope the best. Come on, you Lionesses. Thanks for watching. See you. Bye bye.
Ah, right. Okay. Well, obviously we're not having much luck tonight, are we, with a computer and stuff like that? So we may as well end things while we can. Obviously, Andreas has nipped off. I will see you Sunday for the Wales game, so please join me for that. Thank you for watching tonight. Sorry about all the computer issues, internet issues, whatever it is. I'll try and get things sorted out so this doesn't happen again. So yeah, thanks for joining us. Please like, share, and subscribe. Thanks to Andreas, obviously from Basel in Switzerland. Obviously, we'll catch up with Andreas very, very soon. So yeah, thanks for watching, guys. I do apologise for all the messing around tonight. Hopefully, I say we can get these issues sorted out for next time. So yeah, thanks a lot, guys. We'll see you Sunday at 7:45 for the Wales game. I'm going to go now and watch, probably watch Belgium against Portugal. Actually, that might be a good game. So I'll catch you soon, guys. Take it easy. We'll see you on Sunday. Come on, you Lionesses. Let's do it. Speak to you soon, guys.